and counting is, but there is a heavy security presence here because earlier in the day there was confusion here between the NPP and NDC youth over some alleged busing of people from the Mahinkro to campaign for the NPP candidate while voting was ongoing. And so around 4:55, just a few minutes to the ending of polls, about 3 pickup vehicles full of military and police personnel came here. And so currently people are observing. Counting is underway in the presence of the heavy security. But visiting some polling centers before I got here, the turnout was not that encouraging, according to the presiding officers. I spoke to some people early on in the day, and according to them, they felt like their results here will not make any changes looking at the results so far at the national level. But it is interesting to note how people are here watching on the counting with all eagerness, in spite of the fact that most of them did not vote. And so that is the situation here. I have been to the Mahinkro Market Center polling station where they had 557 voter turnout instead of out of the 887 expected voters. So right here at the Presby polling center where counting is underway, the number of people who turned out to vote were 622 out of the 835 registered voters who were expected to cast their ballot. So we are here following the issues as they happen, and we will be updating you.
Catherine, thank you very much for this update. That's Catherine Frimpoma. She is in Jama North constituency. You recall the issues and incidences that led to the postponement of the election in Jama North constituency to today. The disturbances as a result of some names that were on the list of the Electoral Commission that was not on the list of the political parties, about 33 or so of them. They went into a meeting with DISEC. DISEC agreed. The Electoral Commission came back and said it's not, it's at variance with the CI 94. It should have been in consultation with the EC. Eventually, late at night, last night, they decided to call off that election yesterday. Today, it has ended. Polls have closed. Counting has begun. We're still there. We'll bring you a lot more detail with the provisional results as and when they begin to come through from the Jama North constituency. But you heard Madam Charlotte say that relates to the Jama North situation as one of the reasons why it will not be prudent, according to her, to come out and declare the winner or the victor in the presidential election, because the Jama North constituency alone has some 44,758 eligible voters. The voter population there. And already we're told that as a result of some of these issues that came up yesterday, turnout wasn't that much impressive. But if you look at the numbers, in a polling station where 835 eligible voters were expected to vote, about 622 came out to vote, which is not that bad if you want to juxtapose it to the situation as well in those other areas. And other polling stations as well, some 887 expected, 557 turn up to vote. Now, let's get to the NDC headquarters, because we're told that the General Secretary of the party, Johnson Esiedu Nketia, is about addressing the press right now. What you see on your screens is a live feed, live video of what's happening at the headquarters of the National Democratic Congress. They are seated there, ready to address the press after Madam Charlotte Osei has spoken. So we're counting it down now. We're crossing over shortly to the headquarters of the NDC to hear what they have to say after Madam Charlotte Osei has spoken. And Martin will tell you that if we bet our last CD on this, the NPP would also come out very shortly after Madam Charlotte Osei's press conference. Let's go to the NDC headquarters.
Democratic Congress, the only general in Ghana politics to address the media. Thank you very much. Thank you, Fred. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening. I'm sure for most of you who are here, this afternoon we had a press conference and I addressed you. I told you that the NDC, we were doing a very calculated work. We were taking our time to ensure that what we put out is not just figment of our imagination. Unlike those who by 1 a.m. are done, were putting out results and declaring themselves winners. We have come to a point where we think that we have done enough of a solid work, and no less a person than the General Secretary himself, Mr. Johnson Asiedu Nketia General Mosquito, will now speak to you. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure my absence from the media scene for the past 24 hours has been of great concern to the media practitioners and the foot soldiers of the National Democratic Congress. I'm aware that it is very unusual for me to be absent from the media scene in times like this. And so that has led to a lot of agitation and rumor mongering. I have read somewhere that I've collapsed and I've been rushed to Kolebu Hospital. Tell them that General is still alive and very strong and still in control. And my absence has been due to the fact